All right, gentlemen, let's do it.
You know, guys, sometimes I'll start a podcast with a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. You're listening to the Weekly Peel.
Oh, so good.
That's
so
right.
good. I loved it.
We'll get into
I
it.
love it.
But you're here with all four of us this morning. This is the first time in a long time we've had four people on the Peel at once.
Yeah, I feel like we have guests a lot, but then when I opened up Zoom and I saw four people, I was like, this looks really different. I was like, I guess we haven't had a guest in a while.
That's good stuff. All right, so who is our guest today?
It's not of importance.
You're right. Let's
just
move on.
No, we have a good friend of mine, a good friend of the podcast, Joshua Guglielmo. Josh, how you doing, man?
Hello, I'm doing very, very well. Thank you guys for having me on.
Third time on the podcast, right? Third time?
Yeah. This is a three-peat.
Yes, third time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Verified friend of the Peel.
Oh, that's it. That's what it means.
Let me tell you, out of all the Joshes we've been trying to have on this podcast, this is going a lot better. I think you might have to be default favorite.
Yeah.
Wow.
Superior Josh.
Because this is going on 2 weeks since we said we were trying to have Josh Smith and he canceled on us. So we're gonna mention this every week till he comes on.
He's slacking.
We have a new Alpha Josh now.
Yes.
Alpha
Josh. I love it.
So Josh Smith, if you're listening, you better step it up. Josh Gugs is he's taking over the Josh name.
Yes.
He's coining it.
It's mine.
Yeah. So last time you were on, Josh, was our live episode that we did.
Yes.
And I don't think people know this. So when you came on and you were talking to us, and I was like, "Oh, you've actually never talked to Peter," and you were like, "Hey, Peter, how's it going?" Peter immediately responds, "Hey, man, Peter, would you like to tell the people what was going on in your headphones?"
I don't know if we talked about it on the live show, but I could not hear anything that was coming out of Zoom. So I was just making guesses at what Josh was saying and nodding along until Chevere could fix it. And he did eventually fix it, but I had no idea what he was talking about for the longest time.
Dude, so it was
muted.
it was literally pure luck, just pure blessing.
I would like to say skill. But
skill.
Go
Oh, yes, it was skill. It was absolute skill that he responded correctly at the right time to what you'd said, Josh.
That's it. Pure skill.
Did you? You didn't. I don't think you didn't even notice. I don't think at first.
Me?
I mean, I think eventually you were. I don't think you knew
did.
that he couldn't.
Yeah, I don't think I noticed. Yeah, I think it was a little bit later because I think I said something to him, and then that's when I realized because he wasn't responding.
Yeah. Peter, what happened to your skill?
Let's try it out now. Hey, Josh.
Hey, bro. How you doing, sir?
There we go. There's the real, authentic.
Wow.
I think that was worse than the live stream.
It totally
more
was.
delayed.
It totally was.
Hey, man.
Oh, I love it.
Man, well, gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. Chevere, you're back.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. We last week we couldn't remember where you were. We just knew you weren't there.
Yeah, I was in Florida again.
You know,
How was that?
It was good. I went with some friends. We hit up the Tampa area, and then we also hit Orlando, and we had a lot of fun for the whole week.
That's awesome. You were down there for spring break?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It wasn't crazy. Normally, the crazy people and all the crazy stuff that happens in Florida, that's normally in Miami, and that's not where we were.
Yeah, I was expecting some crazy stories because you always have something weird that happens to you when you're traveling.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything that weird. This was a pretty tame trip, if I'm being honest.
Wow. You also seem very wide awake this morning, Chevere, I might add.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that we're recording pretty late in the afternoon, where we're able to be fully awake and present.
8:50 a.m. Yes.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Now, Peter, you went to Florida for spring break, right?
I did. Wow, that was good memory. That was a good 4 or 5 years ago.
That's
now.
a while ago.
It was 4 years, 6 months, and 3 days. No, I'm saying.
No, it was good. I'd been there. I think the last time was Disney when I was 12 or something. But Florida's a great place.
Yes.
We stayed in not Key West. What's it called? Let's just say Key West.
I was gonna say I have no
Okay.
idea.
That might have actually been it now that I think about it. But it's beautiful. We passed Trump's beautiful estate.
I'm getting a phone call. I apologize again. Anyway, continue.
I'm
It
over it.
happens
Every time, bro.
Every time.
All right. We passed by Trump's estate, Mar-a-Lago, and saw
Oh.
Air Force One at some point. I think he was in office then. So
Wow.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah. So what'd you do for spring break, Josh?
I
I was
this
just
year,
about to ask.
I didn't do anything too much for spring break. I didn't
What
have.
about
us
when you
are
were
in
in school?
Say again.
Is it none of us are in school anymore?
Yeah,
Kind
exactly.
of
So
show?
this year, nothing. I will say my. So I'm dating someone. Her name is Shaylin. So she's on spring break because she's still in
Nice.
college. So I got to kind of feel the spring break vibe this year.
You're robbing the cradle, Josh.
Maybe just a little bit. No, it's 3 years. 3 years. But yeah, so I got to enjoy spring break a little bit. Kind of
That's
living
good.
through her
Yeah.
college experiences.
Did you ever do anything because we went to college together. I know we tried to do something once, but did you ever actually do anything for spring break?
Nothing. I've never like traveled for spring break. Honestly, I traveled like during the summer months and like the like winter breaks. But I never like made any distinct travel moves during there. I think Dan and I did something during spring break one year. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I know every year we would be like, oh, we gotta go
Yeah,
do something.
we
We gotta,
do it.
and we'd make all these plans. One time,
Well,
do you
I
remember the Airbnb?
Yeah, that's right. That was the year of COVID, right?
No, wait.
I
Did we
thought
plan
we-
something?
I feel like we were planning
think we were-
something the year of COVID, and then it all fell through because COVID.
Yeah. Well, I know. I think this was when did Venom come out? 2018. Because I only know that it's kind of weird, but I only know because it came out like right
20.
around spring break.
Yeah,
And
I
we were
think it
thinking
was
about going to
2018.
see it.
Yeah.
And I remember we made plans. It was you, me, our friend Dan, our friend David. Oh, and our friend Ryan, I think was gonna go.
Yeah.
And we had made plans to go on this like Airbnb. Somebody had like dropped this school bus in the middle of the woods. And,
Yo, that's kinda cool.
And, but then they turned it into like an RV type of
Yeah,
like
beds,
you know, where you can
sinks.
Airbnb.
Oh, that's sick.
So we were like, guys, this is gonna be awesome. I think it was in Maine or something. So we're like, we're gonna
No, I
drive
think
up
New
there.
Hampshire,
We're
New
gonna
Hampshire.
spend the whole week. Oh, New Hampshire. That's what it
Yeah.
was. We're gonna. It's gonna be amazing. And we were all like super hyped about it. And then like, I think like 2 days before, we were like looking into it more because I found it. And you were like, and you guys were like, oh, let's see it. You know, let's go on and look
Yeah.
at it. And we're looking, and we notice like the picture of the person is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like it looks like somebody that would kill you in a movie.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is a little weird.
Yeah,
And we all were just like on the same page. That it was like we realized it was like kind of sketchy. That it was like at first we thought it was cool, and then we realized maybe it's not. And then we look on there, and they were like only one person allowed at a time, like no exceptions. So we were like,
Oh,
crap.
jeez.
So we were like, okay. So we messaged, we're like, hey, we're gonna have to cancel. And then we were like so bummed.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we got to do something else. We got to do something else for spring break. So what we did, do you remember what we did, Josh?
No, was that when we went to the pool?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
We
okay.
we literally drove 5 minutes down the road and we went to an indoor pool for like an hour and that was it.
And those pools were nasty.
Oh.
We were
5
like,
hours?
We're good.
They were
What?
nasty.
5
What?
hours down the
No,
road.
wait. I said 5 minutes? Did I
Oh,
say 5
okay.
hours?
No, 5
Did I
minutes.
say
You
5
said
hours?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes. No, and we literally just like drove 5 minutes down the road. We were like, oh, we should go see Venom after. And we'll get food. And we'll spend the night somewhere. And then like we just went to the pool and that was it.
And then we went to Dunkin'. We
Aw.
got Dunkin' after.
Oh yeah, we did.
And
go to
Ryan was
Dunkin'.
like taking pictures of me with portrait mode because I think it just
Yeah.
came out. And he was like snapping all these shots.
Yeah.
But,
So our spring break got crazy.
It was a wild one.
Well, before we get into today's topic, we got to go over some recent poll results. I don't think we've mentioned the last two yet. So
No.
backtracking a week, we had 2 weeks, we had the TV show
Terrible.
characters drafted as cabinet and president and cabinet.
Terrible. It was rigged.
It was rigged. There was a
Complete-
lot of
Shady stuff
not
happening.
good, not shady stuff happening behind the scenes. You know, finding random accounts and
Yep.
voting for ourselves.
The funny thing is that I was like complaining because Chevere voted for himself. Peter, I think you voted for yourself, and I was like, you guys have no integrity. And then I went on all of my like church accounts,
Started
but I
voting for
didn't.
yourself.
I didn't count them. I did not count them.
I will say I saw Chevere vote for himself first, and I said no. Well, you'd got in my face and said my picks were trash basically, and so I was like, I'm voting for myself. And then Maz jumped in with like four more fraudulent votes. But
Well,
anyways, the results were.
Wait, what were you gonna say, Chevere?
Well, like, if we all vote for ourselves, then it just doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. It
Ethical.
balances out, you know. Yeah.
Hey,
That's a good
when someone's
point.
running
It's
for
fair.
president, do they go to the ballots and cast a vote?
Yes.
They do.
Yes, but
Exactly.
typically they're not supposed to vote for themselves. And I know one candidate in recent history did vote for himself, and you can figure out who that was. Because they interviewed the candidates
Joe
the day of.
Biden. I knew it.
Yeah, yeah, of course, Joe Biden. Yeah, the narcissist himself. No, and no, I remember they asked. It was 2016, so like Hillary was like, you know, she voted for Trump out of like courtesy, and then they were like, Trump, who did you vote for? And he was like, his last name is Trump, and just walked away.
Gosh.
So wait, Clinton voted
But
for
yes.
Trump?
So wait, what?
You said Clinton voted for Trump?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, or at least she claimed she did. I mean, I kind of wonder, like, if you're running for president and you're like,
I
oh, I
vote
guess
for
I have to vote
myself.
for the
What
other
the frick?
person. I was gonna say,
voted
I
for
think
myself.
secretly I'd be like, I'm voting for myself. Like, I don't
I
don't
vote
care
for
what the
myself.
protocol is, because if it comes down to like one vote, not that it would ever happen, but imagine.
You never know. What if it's one?
And the
vote?
tiebreaker goes to...
So I think subtracting the shady votes, Chevere
Yes.
did come out on top
He
with
did.
40% of the vote.
I would like to say that I still have the biggest win in Peel history.
Whoa.
Why are you bringing that up, dude?
Because I feel like a loser right now, and I'd like to at least save my butt a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, Chevere.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
We would have
Yes.
tied. But I actually voted on my wife's account for me without asking her because it was when I
I
was going
wondered.
through, and then I was like, wait, Amaris. I was like, who would you vote for? Like, actually, I was like, because I could tie with Chevere, because I was one vote behind Chevere, like legitimately. And she was like, I have no idea. And I was like, please let me know. She goes, I can't make a decision. So she led to your victory, Chevere.
Amen, brother.
Wow. And then more recently, we had off last week's episode the Righteous League Duel of the Fates going on between Bibleman and Stephen Furtick. I
Yeah.
don't know if you're caught up on that, Josh, but
Yes, I saw that.
Um,
I did vote.
oh, sweet. So, who did you vote for?
I can't tell. No, I'm kidding. It was
Oh my
Stephen Furtick.
You voted for Stephen
Yeah.
Furtick.
I
Well,
think
you're
Stephen
one
Furtick would
vote.
destroy
As of
it.
now, there's 4 hours left ish on the poll,
Oh.
but Stephen Furtick is winning 1 vote
Ooh.
over Bibleman. So it's an
So what-
extremely close race.
What is it? Is it 60-40? Is that what it breaks
It's
it down as? or what?
44-56.
Dang. It's such a random number.
Come on, quick maths,
Ugh,
John.
Man, quick maths.
Well, I will preemptively declare Stephen Furtick the winner.
Yes.
It's sad, but you know,
Go Steve.
I couldn't
it was
decide
less
last week.
shady.
Yes, I couldn't decide last week, and I haven't voted yet. But I did want to vote for Stephen Furtick. I was just waiting to see if I needed to, and I'm gonna seal his victory, and I'm gonna vote on all my accounts. No, I'm just gonna vote on mine.
Oh my gosh.
I think Stephen Furtick. He's been winning a lot lately, you know, and I think Bioman, he's on a little bit of a cold streak ever since, you know, his show ended 10 years ago. So
That's true. And they just
Stephen
came out with a
Furtick
good
needs
album.
someone.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Ooh.
he's riding that.
Someone
he's
needs to
riding
cut
that
him down to
album
size.
high. It's not gonna be Bibleman. Maybe Joel Osteen will get in the next one.
Yeah, I'd vote for Joel.
So
Dude,
let's
he's cut. He's a very cut man. He's not as big as Steven, but he works out, dude.
mm.
All right, let's move on.
Let's
please.
get into something else. Let's get into today's topic. So I'm not sure, but I'm under the impression because I saw that we wanted to do this episode specifically with
Yes.
Josh Gugs. Is there a reason, or do we have a super fan with us today? Or
No reason. No. Josh, I would like to ask you, what are your feelings towards the American TV show The Office? Just out of curiosity.
I personally love The Office. I will be honest, I feel very bad. I haven't watched The Office all that much in the recent, year or so. I wouldn't say I've taken a break, on purpose. It's just, I haven't, watched it as much recently. But I still love The Office. It is my favorite show, I would say. Like I've been watching
Yes.
Seinfeld and like New Girl a little bit.
Such a
So
good
and those are great too. But The Office still is like the top. And I think it's a great show.
You
Good.
might be the biggest Office fan I know, to be honest. You're kind of underselling it a little bit.
Probably I am. No, I am. I definitely I will say I've watched it through like 5 or 6, 7 times. I'd say somewhere in that range. But I work with someone. His name is Zach Green. I think he won a mug last time I was
He
on.
did. He did. Did he ever get that mug?
He got it. So I think he has it at work. So he is like a huge Office fan as well. So I remember when I first started working at this job, like we would just be quoting like Office references like throughout the day and like relating, an experience or like a situation going on to The Office and be like, oh my gosh, remember when this or like blah blah blah. So yeah. So The Office is close to my heart for sure.
There's an
Yes.
Office quote for every situation.
There
Yeah,
there
there
really
is.
is.
I should mention though
There is.
before we get into drafting our top 3 Office quotes of all time, that the reason we're doing this is because yesterday or this past
Yes.
Thursday, whenever you're listening to it, is the Office's 16th
Yes.
birthday. Happy
Crazy.
birthday!
Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
I
You always
love
have to sing the end falsetto. I learned that
Yes.
from Michael Scott.
Same here. I still do that.
I
birthday
every time,
parties.
every time. I don't really even sing till the end, pretty much. Like I'm like, because you have to.
It's just great. It's so great to be here with 4 just sold out
Yes.
Office fans.
That's
Chevere,
right.
tell me about your feelings of the American TV show The Office.
I'm a big fan of The Office. I think some of the best quotes that I have extensively looked at. They're probably my favorite.
Wow.
I probably
Who's your
quote
favorite
them.
character?
Who? Michael Scott. It's so simple.
Wow.
Okay. Who's your least favorite?
My least favorite, Kevin.
Yeah.
How
That's so
dare you.
sad. He's the best.
Yeah. How many times have you watched it through?
At least once. So,
This is a man that clearly knows what he's talking about.
Yes.
so
yes.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yes. He actually, I take it back. Chevere's the biggest Office fan I know. He loves it so much he's seen like 2 episodes.
Yeah. And I have quite a few quotes from those 2 episodes. So you guys better
So-
be ready.
We'll draft our top 3, and of
Can-
course we can do some honorable mentions
Yes.
at the end. But were you gonna say something, John?
Yes, I was gonna say, do you guys have a perfect Office episode like that you
Ooh.
like your favorite that you think is just like it doesn't get any like The Office does not get any better and why?
Anything from the first season.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's all you've seen. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The first season is very underrated. It is so fantastic.
People really.
Oh,
hate
when
on
you
the
watch
first
it
season.
back, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you go back, I don't understand the
'Cause-
hate. I understand. Well, I guess I understand it the first time around, but
Yeah.
it's so good.
Because it took me, I'm trying to remember. I think I was a junior in high school and I started watching it and I just couldn't get through it. So I like put it down
Yeah.
and I would go back to it like a few months later. And then in my senior year of high school, I just was like, all right, I'm just going to watch it through and like just keep going. And then like slowly I just fell in love with The Office. Like it was like a slow process. And then when I went back to watch the first season after like I already liked The Office, I was like, wow, this is good content.
Yeah. Actually, funny story. We watched. I had already seen it through, but Josh was finishing up The
Yes.
Office at college, so we went into our friend Danny Pala's room. He's been on the podcast.
Yes.
He wasn't around. I don't know where he was. I don't know why we were in his room.
No.
But he was like, I think he was like
Just
at work
sitting in
or
his
something.
bed.
And we sat on his bed and we finished The Office together.
Yeah.
Like, we just watched the finale. We made like a big deal about it, and then we told him later, hey man, we used your room to watch The Office. I think he told us like come in anytime.
Yeah,
or
he
something like that.
was,
We
yeah.
didn't just like break into his
No,
room.
no.
But
He always left it unlocked too. He never locked it.
It's true. It's true.
Wait, did you
It was his
guys?
fault.
Did you guys, when you were in college, did you guys lock your room?
I did. Not always,
yeah.
but I did more so when I was not in the dorms.
I really didn't trust a lot of. No, I'm just kidding. No.
There's
No,
some
I think
sketchy
I did
people
just
at
had it,
Bible
like-
college.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Interesting.
Yeah. Where I lived, I didn't have a choice. Like it just locked itself. Or
Uh,
the only way to keep it open was like to prop the door open.
We did have
My-
some rooms like that where like it just closed.
Oh,
But
sad.
yeah, but all the rooms that I were in were always like you had to manually close it and lock it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
we had a hall. Sorry, we had a hall.
No,
and,
go
like,
ahead.
Not a single person locked the door.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
But back to your question, John.
Yes, that's
I
what I was
have heard, in looking back, it's kind of like it's hard to believe that this many like funny moments and quotes like come from this one episode.
I know exactly.
But
what you're
the
saying.
fire drill episode,
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
like
stress relief. Yeah.
So
some of the
good.
best episode is some of the best TV I think of all time. Like it
Oh
just
my
like
gosh, yeah.
one scene after
Everybody
another.
stay calm!
Iconic. It's so
Dude.
good.
It's just the fact that it starts off with Dwight like going around blowtorching
Yeah,
all
the
the
doors.
handles,
Today,
like
smoking
starting
is going to save lives.
Yes.
dude,
Yes.
and just everything from start to finish is fantastic.
It
When
is.
Stanley like almost he passes out and Michael's like, "You can't die, Stanley. Mike Barack is president."
It's so good. Oh,
Such a good
Amazing.
episode. But both
what
of those
about
too,
you,
like the
Josh?
second one that tied to it was really good too. Like when
Oh,
they
is
bring when they bring in the
the dummy.
what do you call that thing? The doll.
The CPR doll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
CPR doll.
He cuts the face off of it. It's insane.
Or she says
Just
you gotta
pure
like do the
chaos.
chest compressions to the tune of "Staying Alive," and
Oh,
Michael goes,
yeah.
"Oh, okay." First I
What?
was afraid, I was petrified. Like starts with the verse.
when I was
So-
doing my CPR course 2 months ago, that's exactly what they taught us what to do.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really? Dude, you should have pulled your knife out and cut off the face of the doll and wore it over yours.
I think that was the next step.
No, that was you left early. That's what they were doing.
You
No,
gotta
everyone get your
save his
knives out.
organs.
It's the little things like how Dwight like he lifts up his pant leg and he has like a leg
Oh,
harness for
yeah,
his
like-
knife and like it's the little things, man.
Oh,
Gets me.
dude. So, Josh, what about you?
I would say that one was really close, like that the fire
Yeah.
safety episode. I think I would say the golden ticket episode where Michael Scott pretends to be Willy
Oh.
Wonka, and like that whole
dude.
first scene where he's walking around in the
Skipping around. the
yeah, he's
loading
walking around
bay.
looking at all the boxes of paper, and he's just like randomly choosing. I
Dancing.
just couldn't. I was like, this isn't real. Like if
He's,
I
like,
saw my boss doing
unnecessarily-
this.
Yeah,
He's wearing
That-
the full costume like for
Yeah.
no reason.
and no one else is there. No
Yeah.
one else is there.
And then I just love the like how like Dwight and Schrute have that like argument throughout the day afterwards. And like Dwight tries
Yes.
Dwight takes credit and all that. But yeah, I love that episode. It's just like a
Dude.
quality office episode that's super funny.
So
Yeah,
good.
that holds a place in my heart because that was the very first Office episode I ever saw in my entire life.
Oh really?
Wow.
That's a
And
good
I
one.
was-
That's a
and
good
I
one to
was-
start
yeah,
on.
I was very blown away. My sister showed it to me, and I was like, "This is unreal!" Like, because it starts off with Jim faxing Dwight with the signing it future Dwight.
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
so he gets this paper, and he's like somebody poisoned the coffee today. Don't let anybody drink it.
He like knocks over his stand.
Dude, yeah, I would say Stress Relief is probably objectively the best, but the episode that holds just the softest place in my heart is Threat Level Midnight.
Yeah, that's a good one.
think
too.
Threat Level Midnight is just it's unbelievably hilarious. Just the fact that you finally get to see something that like they've referenced that, and I think like the second season, and by
Yes.
season 7 they show you. So Chevere, people listening, Michael Scott wrote this like James Bond, basically. It's called it was Threat Level Midnight. It was like a James Bond type of film where he's like FBI agent or CIA agent Michael Scarn, and it's like the most absurd. Like they're like shooting each other from like a foot away and they're dodging the bullets and like or they come in with like a machine gun in his office and they're like
Yeah.
standing at the door shooting him and he's like moving left to right, like dodging all the bullets, and they blow up Toby's head. It's amazing.
So
it's just
good.
like and after they blow up like Toby's head, it's obviously a dummy of this guy Toby in the office that everyone hates. But it pans to Michael, and he's like, it was by far the most expensive shot in the film, but it was so crucial. But like, just 'cause he hates it, it was pointless.
Dude.
They show it happening again in slow mo like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, just over and over.
It's
But
a-
my thing with that episode, how did Michael get the full office staff to like record that whole movie with him? That's
It
always
doesn't
been my
make any
thought.
sense,
Like, how
but-
did he get them all?
Dude, no, because this is my theory. I'm gonna defend this episode.
No, I think it's a great
because
episode.
I believe. Well, I'm gonna defend the logic
Yeah.
because it's perfect.
It makes sense.
Dude, think about this. Jim definitely convinced everybody. There's no way.
That's fair.
There's no way Jim had an opportunity to just go with the most absurd thing ever that would like he did everything in his power. I don't know how he got Oscar or Angela to be in it. Wait, was Angela in it?
Yes.
Yes, she was. I don't know how she got them. So maybe I might
That's
be
great.
backtracking this because I don't think there's any way he's convincing them to be in it.
So I have a
Unless
little
it's during
hot take.
office hours, like they did it like between 8 and 5.
Oh, he forced them. He forced them to do it.
It's part of their
Oh,
work.
What
I
was
have
your
a-
hot take?
I have a little hot take. So, other than the stress relief, you know how they do these little like there's a few episodes that'll cluster together, like same storyline kind of thing.
Yes.
I think that the best by far little mini saga that goes on is like the 5 episodes that make up the Michael Scott Paper Company where he
Oh.
quits his
Yes.
job and then
Yes,
starts a new.
yes.
There's so much
Dude.
good stuff in those episodes.
Yeah.
Like Michael calls Dwight on the phone and he's trying to meet outside for a secret meeting. He's like, "I need you to go outside, walk 100 paces towards the sun. At what time? Noon."
Noon.
And the sun is directly overhead. I don't know why that line kills me, but it's just so much good
Dude.
stuff.
Or
No,
like
it
when
is.
they when they're driving around making paper deliveries in the morning with the old church man.
Oh,
and it's like, it
yeah.
was like from a Korean church and it still has all
Yes.
like everything on there.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady's trying to get on the bus and they're like, no, it's not a church anymore. and
And
then
then
he's
when
driving around.
grandma doesn't
Yeah.
give them money.
Oh God.
Or Nana. What kind of name is Nana, anyways?
So good.
Dude, a very underrated thing too is that Michael Scott in the mornings drinks milk and sugar.
Oh.
Or cream and sugar.
I
It's
don't
disgusting.
remember that.
He's like, oh, cream and sugar, gotta have it.
Uh.
There's no coffee in it.
So nasty.
All right, we should get into our top 3 quotes, and at the
Absolutely.
end we'll have the peelers vote on Instagram at Weekly Peel Pod for what they think is the best of the 4 quotes that we have.
Yes. Wait, I do have
Our top
one.
quote.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Chevere, do you actually remember anything from The Office?
Not really.
Oh,
Sad day.
Oh man, you woke up early for this. Thank you for being here.
yeah.
Of
Even if he
course.
had, I don't know if he would remember at this time in the morning.
I
You
do
have to say
have
something,
quotes,
or I'll
though.
sound like a jerk for saying.
I do have quotes though.
Okay.
Oh yes.
This is gonna be
Okay,
wonderful.
so we should go around with our
All right.
number 3s.
Yes, let's.
our way
I
up.
say we have Josh start, followed by Chevere, followed by Peter, followed by me.
I'll go last, John.
Thank you. I'll take that. I'm not even gonna be polite.
Thank
All
you.
right, so Josh, give us your third top Office quote.
All right, my third top, I would say, is from Dwight Schrute. It's a very short one. He said, "Who is Justice Beaver?" And I always found this quote funny because I'm just like, I don't know. I just love Dwight, and so I love his little takes of like
Yes.
not understanding society and not understanding like just modern like people that are in the world. And so when he first said that and I was watching it, I just found it hilarious.
Who
So
is
that's my
Justice
third
the
top.
Beaver?
Who is Justice Beaver?
That's amazing.
That's a good one,
That
man.
is so good.
That's a good one. I'll be honest with you, Josh. As I would put it like this,
He
a
has not.
fan favorite, Dwight, get a friend, loser.
Hmm.
Oh,
like
that's a
that
good one. I also know
That's
that was the top
inspirational.
quote on one on one website. that I guarantee I know which one it was.
What was it? Get a friend, loser?
Yeah, it get a friend loser.
Season 5 customer survey.
Whoa,
Customer service.
Wow.
dang.
That was
Okay.
impressive. This
Wow.
man is
Welcome.
studied.
All right.
Studied up.
Well, let's go. Oh, it's me. All right. This is a Dwight Schrute quote. It's Michael always says KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Great advice. Hurts my feelings every
No.
time.
It's a good one. That was on my
Yes.
list. I'm gonna
Such a weird
Kiss.
acronym.
Keep it simple.
Only
stupid.
second to the acronym
Oh.
Bobody.
Bo body.
Yes.
Bo body.
Bo body.
Oh, buddy.
Bobody. My number 3 is a classic. All the top 3 that I have, unless one of you guys take them, are Michael Scott quotes. But I have some
Yes.
incredible Dwight honorable mentions later on. All right, a classic. I
Oh,
love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday.
dude.
Cringe to the max.
So
every
sad.
time.
I love those little like those little things that he says that you just get to like you get to see how lost this man is in life. Like he's just
I
He's so
know.
lonely. It's so sad. I think what gets people past the first season and parts of the second is that you start to realize like how like
Yes,
pitiful he
yes.
really is, and so you can't help but like start to have a
Yes.
little bit of empathy for him when he's like a terrible person.
it's because he's
Oh.
so innocent. He's practically a child, you know. That he hears like
Yeah.
I think most of what happens is he heard like Todd Packard, and who's a very inappropriate man, a very mean guy, and he was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna just try to be funny because I think he's funny, and he's so innocent, he doesn't know that he's being like so mean. Wow, poor Michael
Yeah.
Scott. You know, he just
Very
wanted
sad.
to have 100 kids so that way he could have 100 friends.
I was
I
gonna
hope that
bring
was nobody's
up.
quote.
No, it's not.
All right, Josh, back to you.
I love it. All right, back to you, Josh.
All right.
What?
I will have a couple. I think honorable mentions at the end. I would say my second one would be. I'm having a hard time choosing. I'll do this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do another Dwight Schrute. He said, "Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing." It's great life advice.
That's how I live my life. You know?
Best advice Michael
Would
ever
an
gave.
idiot do that? I won't.
Don't be an idiot. I love it. Also, there's just Michael and Dwight's relationship is so complex throughout the show.
It
Like,
is.
it changes so many
Yes.
times.
Yes.
Like from Dwight like just being in love and like worshiping him to like
to him
I don't know.
trying
It's
to
like
it
hating
does
him
change
or
at some
something.
point,
is it not?
And then getting caught.
yes.
Oh yeah, who's
Crunches the dentist. Yes. Oh. I feel like all our peelers and
Amazing.
Chevere who don't listen or who don't watch The Office are gonna be very lost. Yeah, wow.
Or they will be found.
Mm.
We're changing lives out here.
You guys ready
One
for
time
this
they said
quote?
hi.
Ready.
So the quote goes something like this: "They might have the appearance of riches, but beneath the clothes we find a man, and beneath the man we find his
That's from
nucleus."
Nacho
And I
Libre.
think Stephen
In The
Hawking
Office.
says that
In the office.
in The Office. Yeah, that was.
I
I
need
think it was season 3, episode
Dude.
4, if I'm remembering
I'm gonna
correctly.
fact check that.
I just need like a picture of Stephen Hawking on the wall with that quote, and then at the bottom it says Stephen Hawking, The Office.
Yes, make it happen. Make it happen.
I can see it now.
Season 3, episode 4,
Oh,
grief
so good.
counseling. Yep, I think you're right. Wow, Chevere, that is my favorite one. So thank you for taking that. Yeah. All right.
You're
almost
welcome.
This
chose that,
one,
yeah.
I couldn't decide if it's my number one. It might personally be, but I think there's one that's better. And I feel like Peter has this, and I really hope he does, so I can steal it from him. You cheated on me when I specifically asked you not to, Michael Scott. Dude, I love that quote. Like, he sees his ex-girlfriend, she's pregnant, and he's like, "You cheated on me when I specifically asked you not to." So amazing, because obviously she didn't cheat on him. Like, it was like it was so long ago that they dated. But then
Yeah.
just the fact that his thought process is like, I can't believe she did this after I had a conversation where I laid out that I specifically
wouldn't.
asked you not to. Like, it's just amazing that was a conversation they had. Hey, I just want to get something straight. I really would prefer you not to cheat on me. Like,
Don't cheat on
don't,
me.
okay?
It's so sad. That's great. That was a solid honorable mention I had, but not one of my top 3. My number 2. Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. I want people to be
Beautiful.
afraid of how much
Classic.
they love me. That was one of the first. I think that I heard that quote before I even saw like an episode of The Office,
Yep.
and I was like, "That is hilarious."
I remember one of the older guys saying that in youth group. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's classic. It transcends The Office.
It kind of makes your head spin, but
true.
it's,
And time
it's
and
so
space.
timeless.
All right, Josh, back
All
to
of 'em.
you. Back to you.
All right, my top
Hey,
one.
this is for all the like. This is the one
This is
that people are
Yes.
gonna vote on,
And I will win.
and if you don't choose the right one, then
I
you
would
might
like
lose
to
big time.
I would like to
Just up in the stakes.
preemptively thank all the peelers for voting for my quote, and I'm claiming victory over this. Thank you.
no,
Oh.
no. Wait till you hear this
mine.
quote. Michael Scott, do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked, like my need to be praised.
That is a
So
good.
good.
Oh,
I love
Top
that.
Michael Scott quote.
Just like the thought process, like when you can see Michael like thinking,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
through what he's trying to
The
say.
best- the
like,
best-
It's so
the-
good.
the
Need to
kicker,
be
the
liked.
kicker for me in that line is when he says, "I have to be liked," because it's the exact. It's yeah. I don't need to. I just have.
I don't
to.
need
It's
to
like, cause like the
Exactly,
like to
I
be
don't need
liked.
it.
Okay, that's like that's good. That's funny. It still shows it. But that word like, dude, he's like, no, I have to be liked. Like, dude, it's just so funny because it's yes, you need to be liked. Like that's when you realize this guy
You need
needs
to.
to be liked.
Did you add the last part of that sentence where he says,
He
"But it's not
did,
like
he
this
did.
compulsive need to be
Yeah,
liked,
he
like
said
my
that,
need
yeah.
to
Yes,
be praised."
yeah.
Oh yes, I love that part of it.
It's hilarious.
It's just like the exact same thing.
It's like not like my need
Like
to be
my
praised.
need to be praised.
Synonyms.
All right, Chevere, go ahead, super
I
fan.
love it.
All right. This one I've been looking for quite some time. And it goes like this. Good morning, campers. Today is evaluation day. The key word here is value. Do you have any? Not yet. But by the time camp is over, you will be a bunch of skinny winners. And I'm pretty sure David Letterman said
Yes.
that in The Office.
That is from Heavyweights. Ben Stiller. Skinny winners. Oh, dude.
These
There-
quotes, man. I
Oh, he's
wouldn't
gonna
be
win.
shocked if Chevere wins with these.
So
pulling
we're
them out
gonna
of
put
thin
that
air.
on there. We're gonna put that quote dash Dave Chappelle from The Office and see if you get any quotes or any votes. Oh, I love it. First of all, that is a fantastic movie you quoted. Heavyweights. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Seriously.
It is so good. But moving on, back to what we're here for. Nothing.
Sorry, what?
Oh, it's me. I
This is
keep
for all
thinking
the
it's you,
marbles,
Peter.
John.
All right. If I had a gun with 2 bullets and I was in a room with Hitler, Bin Laden, and Toby, I would shoot Toby twice. Dash Michael Scott.
That is a very good one.
to me is just I absolutely hate Toby, and I'm so team Michael. Like anytime he roasts Toby is a good day in my book, and I think that's his best one, especially because of what follows. Because then they all start having the whole office joins in on this conversation, where I can see Peter's upset because I just took his. But
You took
but
my
I
number
just
one.
love that like the whole office, who typically, I mean, sometimes they get on Toby a little bit, but they don't really they like Toby for the most part. But then they all start talking about how they would kill all 3 of them, and they're like, okay, and Dwight's like, Toby, come up here. Okay, you're gonna be Hitler, you're gonna be Bin Laden. Stand right here. I'd put 1 bullet. And I'd shoot them all through the neck. And Toby's just like you can see it all over his face. Like, this entire office is dreaming about killing me, and it's just like,
I know.
which is like,
It's
no,
so
it
bad.
is no, not poor
Poor
HR guy.
guy.
Toby is the absolute worst. He is the Scranton Strangler. He is the Antichrist. He is
He's
terrible.
not.
No, that's what Michael
Whoa,
Scott
shit.
does. Let me be clear. When he comes out dressed as Jesus,
Oh, he's like, whoa,
Whoa,
the
the
Antichrist.
yes.
Well, you
welcome.
took my number 1, so I'll have to resort to taking my number 4 pick as my top one. The sad thing is, this is not gonna win in the polls, but I truly believe this is like at least the fourth funniest quote, and it's kind of a niche quote, but Dwight Schrute. In the wild, there is no healthcare. In the wild, healthcare is, ow, I hurt my leg. I can't run. A lion eats me and I'm dead. Well, I'm not dead. I'm the lion. You're dead.
That don't underestimate Dwight quotes. People, for some reason, love Dwight more than Michael.
Oh,
So
I love
just
Dwight.
I adore that quote. I quote it pretty often, but it's not one of those like classic Dwight quotes
what's the
that
one where
gets
he talks
thrown
about being in
around.
the desert and like peeing on his
So-
own wound? What is that?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be a martyr for this quote. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying. I'm not gonna win, so
You
Unless I have pity.
you're definitely gonna beat
Pity
Chevere. I'll
win.
tell you that.
You know what?
I
think
don't know.
Dude,
I believe that the Peelers. I believe that they're going to put
I
me as
really
number
hope
one
that they
again.
don't vote for you just out of like because it's not The Office, like just to be ironic, because I don't want you to win this. I don't mind if you win other ones, but
Again, new king of the polls
uh,
over here.
Is this your king?
I do too.
You know what? I hope Josh
I think I
wins.
could.
Our honorable
Oh.
guest.
Josh Smith.
I
No,
think he could.
Josh.
Yeah, you guys should
Josh
win.
All right. Do you guys have any honorable mentions?
So good.
Let me look
I'm gonna
here.
keep it short, but I have a few, but I'll let Josh go first. I feel like he's got some.
Okay, I have one that's interesting from Dwight. I think he's talking about pregnancy when he was about to emerge from the womb, and he said, "This is his story." He said, "Here's one. It was dark, warm, and wet. Sudden burst of light and intense pressure like I've never felt before. Father dressed in white, pulls me forward. Mother bites the cord, and then Jim goes, "Forever, stop that story." Right. Dude, I just
What does Jim say?
forever stop that story. Like because they're like doing an interview like in the little in the conference room, and so like it's just him and Dwight, and Dwight's just talking about that.
So good.
And Jim is like, "Forever stop that
That is
story."
so good.
So that's definitely an
I love
honorable mention. I like that quote.
It's so good.
Chevere, do you have any? Okay.
No, I don't
All right,
have.
Peter.
I'm all out, dude.
So a couple of quick ones. I think these are just some gems. So Dwight saying, "You couldn't handle my undivided
Yes.
attention." Somebody says, "I need your undivided attention." He says, "You couldn't handle it." Andy Bernard does not. This is an Andy Bernard quote. Andy Bernard does not lose contests. He wins them, or he quits them because they are unfair. Two more. This is Dwight. In an ideal world, I would have all 10 fingers on my left hand, so my right hand could just be a fist for punching. I do not remember that
It's
one looking
so
back,
good.
but that is hilarious. And then I will end with a heartwarming quote. Andy Bernard,
Oh.
I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days
That-
before you've actually
that
left them.
It's good.
That
Single
haunts
tear
me in
rolls down.
every day of my life. It's so good. I have a couple. I have in the end, the greatest
Naz.
snowball isn't a snowball at all. It's fear. Merry Christmas, Dwight Schrute. That's because that's a moment I realized that Dwight was pretty much a terrorist. And let's see. There was when I was 5, I imagined that there was such a thing as a unicorn. This was before I even heard of one or seen one. I just drew a picture of a horse that could fly over rainbows, and it had a huge spike in its head. I was 5 years old. I couldn't even talk yet. Michael Scott. And then I have two more. Well, I have one that I forgot to look it up, but I just think it's so funny. I don't know what Michael says, but he's like talking about how mean kids can be, and he's like, yeah, like I remember one time they told him to go somewhere and no one showed up, and he's like, I should have known, poop ball. Who's ever heard of that? Like, it's just funny because they were like, hey man, come play poop ball, and he was like, oh okay, I'd love to play some poop ball. And then I know, and then
So
there's
sad.
two more. There's you're a perfectly fine toilet. I'm just an extraordinary piece of crap. That's Dwight Schrute. And this
Yes.
one this one I found. I don't know when it said. It's said by Michael Scott. I don't remember it at all, but it made me laugh when I read it so hard. It says, "I'm an early bird and a night owl, so I'm wise and I have worms." It's so good.
That's crazy.
Well,
I love it, guys. Are y'all ready
yes,
to say thank you?
absolutely. If I could find the drop for it. There it is. Josh, we didn't warn you about this. Do you know about the thank yous? Oh, so we're going to say
No.
something that happened throughout the episode that we'd like to thank. So, for instance, I would like to thank Michael Scott for showing us that you can have worms and be wise.
Mm.
I would like to thank Respect. Respect is nice.
I want to thank David Letterman for giving me the greatest thing, which is that I am a skinny
It's
winner.
not. It's okay.
And I'd like to thank Chevere for being here and talking about The Office, even though it's not his favorite. But maybe one day it will.
Yes. I would like to thank Dwight Schrute for instilling fear in my heart, because it still haunts me to this day when he said that snowball quote.
I would like to thank Jim Halpert for having the body of Gumby.
I want to thank Josh for being oh so hopeful that I will watch The Office in the future.
Mm. And I'd like to thank
It's
Dwight Schrute for helping me not be an idiot.
And I'd like to thank you, the listeners, for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. Sorry we didn't warn you, Josh.
Dude, you rolled with that. That was great.
Oh, come
Hold on.
on.
And we're good.